Good afternoon. I'm pleased to be here today to speak with you about the Northern Development Plan of the province of Quebec in Canada, called the Plan Nord. As probably most of you know already, Quebec is open for business. Quebec has been doing business with all North America for the last 400 years, more or less. We are also the only federal state that have a balanced budget in the last 4 years. So that's just to give you a picture of where and what is Quebec in Canada. And now I'm going to talk more about the Plan Nord that you've got on the screen here. That's the pink area, which is all the territory of Quebec north of 49 parallel. So you can see the northeast states of the United States just below. So that gives an idea where it's located. So the Plan Nord is a vision of strategic and integrated development of mining, energy, forestry, tourism, and also social and cultural potential in the northern and Arctic portion of the province of Quebec in Canada. It covers an area of around 750,000 square miles, twice the size of Texas, home of 120,000 people only, of whom a third are indigenous. The Plan Nord strikes a balance between economic, social, and environmental dimension of development, aiming to become an example of a responsible and sustainable project. It is implemented in a partnership with the local and indigenous population and with all stakeholders in the area. The Plan Nord will involve public and private investment of over 38 billion US dollar by 2035. Already, in less than 3 years, $12 billion of investment are planned or have been made on the territory. To implement the Plan Nord, the Quebec government has set a state-owned corporation called, in French, the Societe du Plan Nord, Plan Nord Society, to coordinate all government action on the territory. The government has also created a dedicated fund for which most of revenue comes from the contribution generated by natural resources extraction and public infrastructure project. This budget, combined with the initiative financed by the government departments and bodies, will lead to a total investment of around $2 billion for the next 5 years. That means for the period of 2015 to 2020. Direct actions and initiatives by Quebec states aim to create the suitable condition to support and stimulate investment, particularly in the mining sector, by supporting private sector actions, in particular the search for funding for mining companies, promoting the use of green energy, hydroelectricity. As probably you all know, Hydro-Quebec, government-owned corporation, offers the lowest rate in North America by about 30% less than the average. And the third aspect we're working on is to improve or build transportation and telecommunication infrastructure in order to provide access to and export natural resources. So 3 dimensions. Implication of the Quebec government in investment, energy, low-cost energy and very efficient energy, and involvement in the transportation to give access to the territory. As an example, the government has invested $93 million in the acquisition and revitalization of a railway and port infrastructure that was owned by a private mining company. A public-private-owned company called SFPPN now owns the asset and is planning to invest several $100 million more in order to increase the site capacity and for material handling and to ensure all mining companies have a better access to the new multi-user wharf of the harbor of Sept-Îles, which can receive even China Max. The harbor has direct access to both Atlantic Ocean and the industrial heart of Canada and United States through the St. Lawrence Seaway system, allowing mining companies to export their product throughout international markets. Another example is facilitate access to the territory of 49 Parallel was the implication of the Quebec government and the federal government, who invested together more than $200 million for repair and upgrade of the James Bay Highway, giving access to many mining development projects in the west area of the Plan Nord territory. As for increasing access to private sector capital for mining projects, even with a minority stakes of 20% or less, the direct involvement of the Quebec government and its financial leverage is a significant advantage in the search for financial partners and funding for major investors. The Quebec government has put in place a $1 billion capital fund managed by Investment Quebec to take stakes in private mining projects, and another resource-based fund of $500 million to financially support natural resources projects, mostly mining projects, at various stages of development. This financial leverage is reinforced by Quebec's very favorable situation, full employment, public debt management, economic diversity, etc., that has been recognized by major international credit rating agencies. But it is also where a large portion of Quebec's mineral production is taking place, including only in the North Territory of Quebec, including gold, iron ore, nickel, zinc, copper, cobalt, niobium, diamond, phosphate, lithium, vanadium, and rare earth elements. We made a lot of people jealous when we see that all that exists on the same territory. Last November, Quebec Institute of Statistics revealed that for 2017, mining investment was bound to increase by 17.8% compared to 2016, representing expenditure totaling over $3 billion. The most interesting part of this trend is that investment growth comes from exploration and development spending, showing a 14% increase since 2011. Quebec is currently the province posting the strongest industry growth in Canada right now. A dozen mines are currently in operation, and over 15 projects are being developed in the Plan Nord area, including expansion projects for mines already in operation. These projects must respect environment and social values. That's all what Plan Nord is about, a balance between the environmental aspect, the social aspect, which means take into consideration the living population on the territory, and the economic aspect. These values are a guarantee of sustainability and success for all mining development projects, as well as for the communities where the projects are located. In conclusion, the Plan Nord is a major socio-economic and sustainable development initiative based on a comprehensive, integrated, coherent, and responsible approach. It offers a promising and accessible vast territory that not many jurisdictions can match in this industrial world. The state involvement and investment in projects are incentive for investors. It is also reassuring local population and making sure that they will benefit more directly from natural resources production and development in the north. Quebec's economy is booming and its job market vibrant. We are ranked sixth worldwide by the Fraser Institute as the most attractive place for mining investment. And that's it. There were 4 sentences. I was just trying to pick up which one I could say, but that's going to be complete. Thank you very much, everyone, for your attention.